today I want to have a really quick, non-technical run through how I think you can improve your sound. We're going to talk about what these little symbols on your microphone mean, where to point this thing, where to put it in your room, and I've got a couple of ideas how to improve your sound for, well, cheap or free. I'm jumping in here after the fact, but hang out to the end because a friend of mine gave us a rundown of what he did to get his sound, and I mean he's getting such a great result, what he did to do it for cheap or free. Hey, I'm Steve and I'm a multi-platinum producer mixer, and I've got nothing but respect for you if you're an artist, a producer, or a creative engineer putting yourself out there by putting material out. And I just wanted to mention that I put on my Instagram a couple days ago that I'd be making this video, and did anybody have any questions? And I got some really good questions, so much to the point where I think they warrant their own discussion, so I'm not going to put them in this video. But if you ask me a question, I am going to make an episode or two of some of those questions. And if you've got questions, like, I want to supply material that you're interested in, so hit me, give me those questions. Let's keep going. I'm going to use this U87. It's an expensive microphone, but it's got all the symbols on it, so I want to show you what they are. So you see that? What that means is that the microphone hears here and here really well, and here not well. The circle is omni. That means it hears in every direction equally well. And the heart, that's called cardioid, like cardio heart. That means it hears from one side well, and around the back and sides not as well. It's easy to get this part wrong. Make sure you're singing into the right side of the mic. To cut to the chase, unless you know really what you're doing with the microphone, cardioid, the heart, is where you want to be. You want to sing into this side, and the side that doesn't hear as well, the reflections coming off of your walls, your window, it won't hear that as much, and that's going to give you a better recording. It doesn't hurt to test that out. Try both sides of the mic to make sure you get the right side. I won't tell anybody. If that makes sense to you, this is important. Drop a comment that says, I've got heart. Let's show you another microphone. Shure SM7B. I'm going to go get one.
1 hour later.
Okay. Honestly, I went and borrowed this from a friend just to show you. So these switches on the back here, and I chose this because I see this microphone in the majority of project studios. This mic has become really popular, and it's a good choice. So let's go over what this is. I don't know if this is easy to decipher, but if you have both the switches at the bottom here, which I think is how it comes out of the box, then you get a roll off at the bottom, and I think this is a good place to start. It just means that it cuts off the thumpiness out of the bottom, and if you're recording vocals, that's great. This is a cardioid microphone, but it doesn't work like this, like that other microphone I showed you. You sing into the end of this microphone. So it's cardioid, meaning it hears well here, but not around the back and the sides. So you would make sure that anything that was going to reflect would be behind it and put your voice here. Again, if you do it just a little bit higher than what you think, try that. It might work out really well for you. I gotta take this back.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, back to this mic. It also has that low pass filter. I'll show you a picture of that. And again, all it means is it reduces the bottom end. It'll just help get rid of rumble and stuff like that. And then on the other side here, I'll show you that close up where it says -10. So that's called a pad, and it allows you to turn the microphone down if you're recording a really loud sounds. Singing generally, unless it's like screaming, doesn't usually require a pad, is what I mean to say. So probably leave that in the regular position, the not -10 position, if you have a pad. Okay, let's hit the second point. Where do we put this thing? So we're in my project studio, and this might get a little shaky here, but I'll try not to. The back of the microphone, this side of the microphone, you want to have your microphone, and opinions will vary on this, but I think you want it as in the middle of the room as you can, unless there's some weird thing. Now, you can talk and clap your hands and actually hear the reflections in your room if you listen carefully. Walk around your room and clap your hands and you'll notice it sounds different. If you have to be closer to a wall, it's better if you put the back of the microphone closer to the wall so that you don't hear the reflections, instead of you having the microphone like this and you being close to the wall, because those reflections will come straight off of your voice into the microphone. So try and get in the middle of the room if you can. And if you have to be close to something, try and put the back of the microphone when the microphone's in cardioid position so that it doesn't hear the other things that are close to you that might cause reflections. Let's talk about where to point this thing. Okay, now you're going to hear me through this microphone, and I just want to show you how much of a difference this cardioid pattern makes. So I'm going to talk in it, and you're going to hopefully hear it, the volume go down less. So check, 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 check. Now, did you hear how much of a difference that made? Also, if I hold it up just a little bit higher, does that change the tone of my voice? And as you get farther away, it changes the tone too. So you want to experiment with that. Oh, and just as a little brief thing, about 2 fists is about how I think is a good starting point. As you get closer, you'll get a little bit more body to the sound, but it can also get a little bit muffly. So there you go. Check, 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 check. That's by design. That really helps. Third and final point, yeah, I'm going gorilla again, so it's going to get shaky. I want to show you something. Look up there. My room is treated, and that was expensive. I have treatment all over the room. You might not have that, and you might not be able to justify that yet. So what I'm going to say here is going to rub a few people the wrong way. But blankets, moving blankets, curtains, whatever you can put up that stops reflections in your room helps. Anything is better than nothing. I'm not saying it's as good as a treated room. It's not as good as a recording studio. And don't forget the floor. If you're singing on a wood floor or a tiled floor, you need to do something about that. In a really good recording studio, the sound of the room might be a part of the appeal. Your bedroom and your bathroom don't have that. I want to introduce you to my friend Logan. I've helped him set up a little bit, and so he's gone a little bit extreme, but man, his vocals are sounding so good. Take a look.
Hey everyone, Logan Millington here. Just wanted to take a minute to show you my little recording quote-unquote studio that I set up in a hotel room. Can't really get out to a real studio with COVID going on right now and all that. So with a little help from Steve, we basically designed this little room made out of 4 mattresses. And it's pretty simple. Just in the corner of the room, a mattress set up against the wall. You can't really tell because there's a blanket over that mattress here, but then you have one on the end. And basically we've just set up these 4 mattresses to make a little room. And there's a blanket, 2 blankets actually, over the top to create a ceiling. And then I have this little sound curtain here. So as I open it up, and you can see inside, I have my mic, I have a little chair here, little desk. Normally my computer would be here, and I have a Focusrite audio interface. As you look up, you can see the blanket ceiling. It actually works really well, creates a really good quality sound, believe it or not. So I hope that helps the guys recording at home during all this. And side note, it actually gets pretty warm in here, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, hope that helps, and hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day.
Point your mic in cardioid position, aim it in the right place, get it in the right spot in the room, cut down on the reflections. You're going to get a way, way, way better result. It's really important that you leave a comment so that I know if I'm hitting the marks. If you've got a question, I want to know about it. I want to help you out.